Thank you both for being here today to share some of your stories as ambassadors. Real quick, can you both introduce yourselves?
I'm Ayden, I'm 17, and I go to CIS, and I enjoy playing sports.
I'm Lleyton, I'm 14 years old, I also go to CIS, and I also like to play sports.
Which sports?
Ice hockey and frisbee.
Yeah, I like to snowboard, I like to play frisbee too.
Okay, cool. Well, you are here as PhilanthroKids ambassadors. Can you tell us a little bit about, what does philanthropy mean to you?
Well, philanthropy, or giving, used to probably mean just putting money in a bag and just donating some certain amount, but I think now it's changed to actively participating in some group service to maybe serve a community.
I think philanthropy is kind of a state of mind. It's not a fixed event, I just feel like giving, or every Tuesday I just give money to a homeless shelter. It's more of like I feel like doing it, so I should do it.
And when you try to teach others about philanthropy, like your friends or even family members, how do you get them involved? How do you describe that?
I guess as ambassadors, we just kind of promote it everywhere we can, and just I guess kind of spread the word.
I also agree. I think spreading the word is very important, especially since we have so many people stuck in these COVID situations doing nothing. If they just went out and did something, that would mean a lot.
Are there certain activities that you've been doing, especially during this time when things have been locked down and closed because of the pandemic?
Well, we've been using Zoom a lot to kind of help out kids, maybe, because my service right now would be tutoring kids English. We'd use Zoom a lot to do that.
I think due to these COVID situations, it's impacted us a lot. But now that schools are reopening again, we have the chance to go out and do something good for the community.
So what's an example of something that you would do off Zoom or in the community to give back? An example of a recent way you gave.
My school has a community project where we pair into groups of threes and figure out what we want to do, like different community services. So my friends and I chose cleaning up beaches because we really care about the ecosystem and environment.
Okay, well, before the recent pretty tight lockdown, we'd actually go to a place in Wanchai called the Vine Center, and we'd tutor the refugee kids guitar. Actually, not tutor, just teach them guitar.
Okay. What was that like?
It was a really interesting experience because a lot of them didn't really know how to speak English, and their education was maybe a little bit behind, which was perfectly fine because we had multiple groups go in. Some would teach them art or dancing or drama. My group specifically would teach them guitar. And I think just with the instrument and the music, it's just a great bonding experience.
And do you find it's easy or it's hard to get these groups together, to get your friends to join you in giving back?
I think it's pretty easy because a lot of them are just willing to join.
Yeah, they're very easygoing, and they really care about the community. So if especially now, they're willing to help.
And what do you see that the potential is with all the kids in Hong Kong and all of your friends and everyone that you know, and all the needs and the services you've learned about? How do you think kids can help, especially today?
I think the best way to help is just to join a service. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of websites. There's a lot of groups you can join. It's just a great way to get started.
I also think joining a service is the biggest way to help. Or you could play a part as being a good citizen, which means picking up trash or like donating foods and water to homeless people, or even donating small bits of money to shelters or charities.
And if someone's a little shy or nervous to sign up, as ambassadors, what would be your advice just to get them to get started?
I think just give it a shot. You'll probably like it a lot. This is a really fun bunch of people.
Also, there are a lot of services that you can join, a lot of different types. For example, if you're a bit shy, don't really like talking to people, the beach cleanup works perfectly well.
Mm-hmm. And what was the first service, or what was the first activity that you did that you can remember that involved giving back?
About a year back, my friends and I went to, I think, somewhere in Kowloon and gave some elderly people some lobako.
My first experience was probably 2 years ago when I went to Hangzhou to study. Basically, we went to this school nearby, about 2 hours out from Hangzhou City, and we taught the kids there rugby and just brought sport into their lives.
Okay. What was that like?
Okay, well, before that, I think they didn't really do that much sport, so it was kind of hard getting them to just join and actively participate and actually enjoy it. But eventually, I think they really enjoyed it, so it was great.
Okay. And so PhilanthroKids is based on these values. Is there a particular one that really speaks to you that you feel is very important?
I think gratitude is the most important for me because the community has provided us with so much. It's very hard not to show our gratitude to them. It might be, like I said, playing a part as a good citizen, like picking up trash and giving homeless people some money, food, water.
Okay, well, I think respect is probably the one that resonates with me the most, because if you want to give back to a community and you don't have respect for their culture or what they like to do, then it just really isn't gonna work.
Mm-hmm. And as ambassadors too, you participated in Giving Tuesday, which is a special day every year that the whole world comes together to be generous. What did you do on Giving Tuesday?
Well, I tried to just go and give back as much as I could, whether it be small acts like holding the door open for someone, or totally going to my service on an off day, supposedly, and just helping the kids for 3 hours.
I think I also do small parts, like Ayden said, opening doors for others. There's also some if there is someone struggling with groceries, and I would try and help out, cross the roads with them, grab their groceries, and just help them as much as possible.
Some people say that kindness, these acts of kindness, that it's contagious. Do you think that's true? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely true. Well, because if one person is kind to you, then you're kind of you just want to be kind to some other person, just pass it on, and then it just spreads like COVID.
Yeah, it's kind of kindness is kind of like a disease. Like once someone like does something for you, for example, opening a door, then you would also want to do small acts of kindness, like helping a helper with groceries.
Yeah, it's the good kind of contagious.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And as kid ambassadors too, what are your dreams for other kids, either in Hong Kong or even around the world, and how they can play a role in promoting this kindness or in doing good?
I think, like Aiden said, joining a service will be really helpful because there are so many services in Hong Kong. You could just Google one up, and they help with different issues with Hong Kong right now.
Yeah, I think for Hong Kong people, I guess I want to see some more participation in this service or kind of giving back to the community sort of thing. I want, like, it's like a dream to see more people join and actually enjoy doing it.
Well, thank you both for sharing your
Thank you.
stories
Thank
and
you.
your experience, and for all that you're doing to promote kindness and to inspire other youth to join you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Generosity.
Respect.